Omkaram Adi Pranavanadam. What is the sound of this universe? The secret sound or the divine sound? Is that the humming sound as the way Nikola Tesla named it? And why the scientific world of that time has condemned this humming sound? Why Tesla left the humming sound even though the research is underway on it? Anything which is new to this world has to be dismissed first, and that's how the world works. For that matter, everybody got criticized in the initial steppings. Take me as an example. This is my first video and I will get n number of possible reasons to get criticized for. But remember, those who will get criticized were the vulnerable ones. To prove a truth to this world, you don't need to give better outcome. You need to give a scientific explanation. In short, you have to get fit into their logic. But to impose a lie on this world, you don't need to give a better outcome or a scientific explanation. You need a freaking weapon, a mass euphoria, at least some sort of control over them. Besides, if you are a tyrannical ruler, that's more than enough. You are good to go. But thanks to the modern world, the weapon got accompanied with propaganda. Literally, propaganda is something which is surpassing the weapon. All the scientific approach made by the Western world is tracing its origin from the Eastern world, that is, India. The ancient Indian scriptures, the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishads, the holy religious doctrines were existing from the time immemorial. Those ancient scriptures are much before than Newton, Edison, Einstein or Darwin. The Western scientific society was labeled on Eastern science and knowledge. Doesn't that sound sarcastic to you? This is such an ironic thing to me. The Western world believes that there is no science beyond the laboratories because everything has to be proved in their labs. There is no science beyond their books because they can't think beyond the books. There are no scientists outside the Western world because outside the Western world, they don't wear that modern attire like suits and coats. Everything has to be proved in their labs. It's a dogmatic approach. Let me just ask you one thing. On which lab the earth is floating, rotating and revolving around, and who is the in charge of that lab operating our solar system? I think it's high time, and time will answer everything. समय ही हर बात का उत्तर बताएगा. అన్నింటికి కాలమే సమాధానం చెప్తుంది. எல்லாத்துக்கும் కాలంதான் பதில் சொல்லும், கண்டிப்பா சொல்லும். If you look at the earthly creatures, every creature has its own sound. The animals, the birds, the reptiles, even the aquatic species too. Of course, we, the bloody humans, making more sound than our actual necessity, right? Okay, let it be. It's a different space altogether. If every creature is holding its own and unique way of sounding, then what about the sound of this universe, which has embedded everything in it? The secret sound, the divine sound, the humming sound. What is the sound of this universe? The answer is Om. Yes, you hit it right. It's Om. Om, the divine sound, the sound of the God. Om, the primordial sound that's been existing from the beginning of time. Om, the secret sound. It wasn't that easy to find this out. Finally, Om is the sound of this universe, representing the ultimate reality, creative consciousness and interconnectedness within the universe. Even the religions across the globe emphasizing this divine sound. If you observe Hinduism, it goes like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. In Buddhism, we have Om Mani Padmeham. As the way in Jainism, it goes like Om Namo Arihantam. Nikola Tesla. The name doesn't require any introduction to this world. Even after his death, he is getting represented through the world's richest man, Elon Musk. Okay, things are apart. Nikola Tesla, a great electrical and mechanical engineer and the founder of alternating current. Tesla made around 1500 inventions in AC motors, tube light, magnetic field, wireless transmission, remote controlling, robotics, nuclear physics and computer science. Among so many experiments from Tesla, one experiment was kept unknown, which is regarding the divine sound coming from the universe. In 1898, Tesla made an experiment on radio technology. He built a wireless tower in Colorado Springs in United States to detect the sounds coming from the space. The whole curiosity is there any life force beyond the earth? Were they knew that we are here? Are they trying to communicate with us? Tesla started researching on radio waves and sent many signals from Earth to the space. As expected, Tesla received no signal in return, but he found a consistent cosmic sound with a constant frequency. Tesla initially thought that it's a radio disturbance due to technical issue. Later, he presumed that this sound is coming from the space due to the rotation of Earth and named it as the humming sound. The catchy here is the scientific world of that time has dismissed this humming sound due to their aristocracy of intelligence, but Tesla kept this experiment aside and continued with his other experiments. After Tesla, Carl Zelensky, the only person believed in that humming sound and started researching on it. In 1935, after all his research, this divine sound is not only coming from the earth alone, but also from all the space objects, especially from the core of this universe, which is the origin of Big Bang explosion. The scientific world was shocked with this research and Zelensky proved that humming sound is real. But why can't we hear that? Of course, lack of medium, and space is something which is full of void. As we studied in school, the human ear can hear from 20 Hz to 20 kHz of sound frequency. The range of the secret sound is beyond the range of human hearing. But how could we tell with conviction that this sound is Om? And now, the mighty ancient Indian scriptures kicks in. In Vedas, they have stated that Pranavohi Parabrahma, Pranavah Paramapadam, Pranavam Sarva Vedadyam, Sarva Deva Mayam Viduha. In the whole stanza, Pranavam means Om, which states that Om is the highest super being, Om is the salvation, Om is the essence of Vedas, and Om is the Almighty. Yadva Praniti Prastuyate, Anaya Brahmati Pranaya, which means Om is originated from the Big Bang. From Om, the sounds came. From sounds, the letters came. From letters, the words came. From words, the languages came. From languages, the mantras came. From mantras, the Vedas came. We know Vedas are the best possible algorithm for this universe to get function. So, Om is the ultimate tune of this universe. Primarily, Om is a confluence of three letters. A, U, Ma, the universal sounds, which are so basic and so primal. They were so basic to a point, even a dumb person can pronounce these sounds. A, U, Ma. I had a distant memory of mine with my father, Mr. Rekadi Arjun Rao. Professionally, he is a fisherman and a highly spiritual person. When I was a school-going kid, my father told me that all the words that we articulate were directly coming from our throat. But when it comes to Om, it's a different space altogether. When we were uttering the A, we can feel the reverberation just beneath our navel. When we were uttering the U, we can feel the reverberation in the throat part. When we were uttering the Ma, we can feel the reverberation in our mouth. Don't just believe me right away. Try and experiment and see. I'm not preaching any godly or religious stuff over here. I'm a man of practicality. Due to the linguistic distortions and pronouncing disparities, Om is represented as Aum in Hinduism, Amen in Christianity, Amin in Islam. Just like Ram in northern India will become Rama in Andhra and Karnataka, Raman in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. But with the case of Sanskrit, there is no room for linguistic distortions and pronouncing disparities because this is Sanskrit. Idi Sanskrita Bhasha, Devalipi. చక్కగా ఉచ్చరించాలి. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that Aham Pranavam Sarva Vedeshu. Om is the life force of all the knowledge. Vedyam Pavitram Omkaram. I am the pure sound. Giramas Ekamaksharam. I am the single and desirable sound. Omkaram Sarva Vedana Moolam. Om is the root cause of everything. Even the modern science is advocating the benefits of chanting Om. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a famous neuroscientist and a professor at Stanford University, he has conducted an experiment on chanting the mantra Om on the patients suffering from memory loss and cognitive dysfunction. After 8 weeks of trial, he was astonished with the results. All the patients were recovered from the memory loss with an improvement in cognitive function. Dr. Vivek Baluja, a neurologist in the Henry Ford Hospital in United States, he too did the same experiment that how could chanting of mantra can affect the functioning of a brain in a bright side. The brain waves are even better after chanting the mantra than it is normal. Therefore, mantra is replacing the medicine by solving the problems like anxiety, depression and schizophrenia. On a personal level, I am not an advocate of any religion, but with the truth lies within the universe and lot more yet to come from India. Let it be the good start and bring back the glory of India that India had lost during the rule of Muslim invaders and British colonizers. I have a personal thing to say about Om in Kannada, an Indian language. For non-Kannadigas, there are subtitles. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಓಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು. ಅವರೇ ಓಂ ಚಿತ್ರದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡವನಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಓಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ರದಿಂದ ಅವರು ಇಡೀ ಇಂಡಿಯಾನೇ ಶೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉಪ್ಪಿ ಅವರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಹೀರೋ ಶಿವಣ್ಣ ಅವರ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ಚಿತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಪಡೆಯಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಚಿತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಇಲ್ಲದಂತ ಒಂದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡು ಈ ಚಿತ್ರದ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಓಂ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನ 550 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ 75 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ 100 ಡೇಸ್ ಓಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಡಿ, ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಮ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ವರ್ಮಾ ಅವರೆಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಈಗಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ವರ್ಮಾ ಅವರನ್ನೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ರ ಓಂ. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಉಪ್ಪಿ ಅವರು. ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರೆಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ ದ್ರೋಣಾಚಾರ್ಯರು, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಂತರ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಇಡೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ನಾನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ನಡದವನಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಥರ ತೋರಿಸೋದೇ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮರಿಯಾನೋ ತೇಜ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮರಿಯಾನೋ ತೇಜ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ.